body will determine the name that we're using. Right now, we're going to talk about the forward bow and arrow stance. I find the easiest way to get into this particular stance is starting from a horse stance position. All right, so we'll open up our feet to our regular horse stance, and I tend to use a wide horse stance with the knees open, right above the feet, hips tucked under. Okay, now there's a couple ways to get into this bow and arrow position. First, I'm going to start with either my hands on the waist in the chamber position, or I can just hold my hands on my hips. Rock onto the balls of the feet, and from the balls of the feet, turn, right? Rotate the body until the hips have fully turned. And once you've reached that point, you can drop your heels back down. All right? And now, what's really important about the posture of the bow and arrow is that that front toe is turned in. Right? The front toe is turned in, so it's not straight. It's turned in. You can do it straight, and that's absolutely fine. But by turning it in, it actually engages your midline. It engages the center line. All right, following the key points, we're going to bend this front knee far enough that if I look down, my knee's covering the vision of my toes. All right, next, I'm going to relax the arms. And I'm relaxing the arms so I feel the weight of the upper body sink down. Sink down to my hips, sink down into my feet. Now from here, probably the most important part of the stance is to engage the hip, activate the hip. And I'm going to do that by tucking under. And as I tuck under, you see that back knee might bend a little bit, right? I'm tucking under, and I can really feel the weight of my upper body sink down now because I don't have this little curve in my lower back, right? Right? Sink down, and now gently press the toes into the floor. And now from here, I can either put my hands in the chamber position with a loose fist resting right on your waist, shoulders nice and relaxed, or I can hold different positions. Hands down, low position with the lower dantian, the heart, upper body, different, depending on what I'm looking for, I can do different hand positions. Okay, so we can hold that for a few minutes. And now from here, we're going to switch to the other side. Rock onto the balls of the feet, turn all the way around. Same position to the opposite side, and sink down. I'm going to check again that front toes turned in a little bit, about a 45-degree angle. And the other point is that back foot. See, that back foot's also turned in. It's not out. It's turned in. All right, so bend the front leg, a little more weight on the front. Relax the arms. I'm going to roll the hips under. Gently press the toes into the floor. And there we go. Right? We have that. We have the bow position. Now, to give another couple key points here, I'm going to gently pull in the stomach. See here? Right? Pull in the stomach, like I'm doing like a mild stomach crunch. And that'll really engage the center line. And then I can pick my hand position. One, here, I can just relax it. The floor, lower dantian, heart, upper body, however you like to do it. If you're a beginner at this, I suggest just holding your hands right by your waist or putting them on your hips or even relaxing your arms just so you can feel the position. Okay, so a key point again with this bow and arrow stance, that front leg, right, see that front foot, look at the center line, turns in, right? Turns in because that activates the middle. This is open. This is open. So if I do this, it's open. There's nothing activating that lower dantian or the center line. Turn that in. It's good. You can even exaggerate that if both feet turn in. See that? Turn both feet in. That really, really puts the power in your center line and your lower dantian. Okay. The other really important key point: drop the hip. I'll exaggerate. I'll make a really wide stance. See that? Roll the hip under. Right? You can see when you roll the hip under, you can really transfer the force directly into the floor. And that's your basics of the bow and arrow stance. Just real quickly, also from a horse stance, if I don't want to roll on the balls of the feet into the bow and arrow, I can roll up on the heels and do the same thing. But the horse stance in general is a good position to start the bow stance in because you already have the appropriate width.